Hey Ashley. I'm just painting the back of the wooden figurines, but this isn't necessarily a blog about anything. I'm just doing it live about anything. I'm just like doing stuff because I want to do it. Just feel like it, kind of thing. Hey babes, thank you. Thank you. Hope everyone has a good Christmas and New Year. Look, about time. I really hope it gets to you. I really do. It's about time, Ashley. Really hope it actually gets to you this time. I think next time. Yeah, we have stuff coming from Amazon all being well, hopefully today and tomorrow. I think next time it'll be quicker if I do it myself, if I can ever afford to go to America. Hey, deliver it myself. Hopefully, if it is there and it stays there, you'll get it within the next 2 days, with any luck. I don't know. Silly mail companies. Yeah, we hope to go to America at some point. All being well. Really want to go and visit Florida at least. South Carolina somewhere, I believe, babes. We can save, hopefully we will go. This might take a while. Yeah, David's brought some things to his channel, so he'll unbox that when it comes. Hi John, hope you're having a good day out, or if you go out in a bit. And happy birthday. You're most welcome. Oh, I found a suitable jar. You can find a lid for it. I might be able to turn this into a snow globe. This fits though, which is good. So once I have it on, like that. That's good. Don't know what you put inside it to make the glitter or whatever fall down. Hello.
What? I'm playing a game.
What game?
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
South Carolina.
Yes, she's in South Carolina.
I think Cara wins is there.
Yes, possibly.
With what's that Giga coaster called? Fury 325.
Fury.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sounded like you said Fury.
Fury 325.
For Fury.
The
Yeah.
comparison to say. What? White tiger. What can I do? Live chat.
May not work very well. My tablet's a bit slow. But at least I can see it. Yes, you can see David's head. He's in here butting in. Why don't you move this out of the way so you can butt in properly?
No.
That's David. Lol. He's just going to play a game on the computer on the PS2, I believe. Playing Final Fantasy. I like the new, well, no, I like the graphics, the 13 and then 13.2 and 3, but I don't understand the stories for them, so I don't really play them. But I definitely like the graphics with 13 and 2 and 3. David's very into him. Yeah, I think it is meant to be very anime, but there's a lot of people that are into it. It's something that I've never got into. I've only ever played a couple of games, and most of the games I just find too confusing. Like I said, I like the graphics for 13 and the ones after, but the games themselves, I don't understand the storyline or anything. And they're somewhat slow and cumbersome compared to the games as I normally play. Because I mean, they've improved it slightly with 15, I think, but the games I play are instant games, so instant, is that the word? Yeah, thinking is the right word. So basically, I press a button and whatever action that button responds to, such as say shooting your gun or something, is very instant. It happens instantaneously. Whereas with Final Fantasy, no, don't do that. You have to program the moves. I'm just making some space so I can stretch my legs out underneath the desk. So you have to program, select which moves you wish to use, such as, I don't know, healing spell or a fire spell or some sort of spell or other, right? And then, oh, excuse me a second, and then hit go, and instead of, and the computer does it all for you in sequence. Move that there. I must go through some of the stuff in here. I really must go through some things in here at some point and throw a load of stuff away. Nearly said something else then. Ow, get off. Yeah, the computer does it, so it's kind of like, it is kind of like a fighting game, but instead of just pressing the A button to hit someone, you have to select the kind of punch, and then the computer does it in order. So once you've selected what you're doing, you're just sitting with the controller in your hand, you're not actually punching buttons or anything, while the computer does it all for you. And the system can be quite, the fighting style in that respect can be kind of slow, in my opinion. I mean, all you're really doing is switching from one set of moves to another set of moves between you and your teammates, teammates, which are all controlled by the computer. So there are different strategies, like one teammate will be healing, one can be distracting the enemy or infecting the enemy, poisoning, killing, whatever, and one can be attacking the enemy, and or you can have one where they're all attacking, or one where they're all healing, or all putting shields up. It just makes it quite long-winded, as opposed to simply pushing button A and punching. And like I said, once you've selected the group of movements, the computer just runs it. Possibly. Possibly. I think the style of fighting I think is used on World of Warcraft. I'm not sure what the technical name of it is called, but I think that style of fighting is used on World of Warcraft, and it's certainly used for other group RPG or whatever games. Yeah. I know, it's more, I suppose Final Fantasy is more of a strategy type game when it comes to fights. So instead of just punching away at the buttons, you do have to like plan and use your teammates' skills and movement set effectively. And I think Minecraft does the same, and so do some of the Lord of the Ring games, to name but a few. I think I prefer the more straightforward battle type of just punching buttons till someone dies. Sort of thing. Cool. You'll have to show us some pictures of the characters that you had, or have, one of the two, at some point, John. It'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, I must admit is I don't really like in-game having to pay for things in-game with proper money. It's a bit expensive. I mean, I know Fortnite, you don't, if you want the skins, you need to buy the battle pass. But considering that the skins and other stuff that you get in the shops, some of which you can't get in the Fortnite shop even, are about 1,000 to 2,000 per skin. I suppose £6 a month for the battle pass isn't that bad really. Yeah. And it's kind of good when you've got and I think there's so much you can access even without buying the pass itself, the battle pass on Fortnite, as far as what's on the battle pass. But at least you can play the game without having to buy it. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying Fortnite. So I'm just painting the bottoms, and once I dry a little bit, I'll turn them over and paint the other sides. Oh, okay. That's a bit disappointing, really. It gets given to someone else if you don't use it after so long. Especially when you've like paid into it so much. Hi, Mrs. G. Gigi. Yeah, that's one of the disappointing things, is that people can lose touch with their friends or stuff can happen. It's not a game that I've ever played, so I can't say anything about it. As for Discord, both me and David have only recently started using Discord, and we're not too sure about all of the features on it yet. And I've connected to Commander and one other person on there. No, two other people on there even. But I'm still not sure about it. Now these houses, I had a fault with these houses. Dots on there aren't quite as pretty as I would like them to be. So once I can get them out, I shall use my gel pens instead. I have simply tons and tons of gel pens. Close them caps. It's up to you. Entirely up to you. I mean, if you was on there, I would try and chat to you on there. But at the moment, I don't go on Discord a great deal. Purely because I don't know that many people on Discord. Nearly fell off my seat then. Yeah, that could be a good idea, John, to do it that way. Definitely be a very good idea. Now I've got some of these with glitter in them. Oh, it should be glitter in them, I think. Got these from the works. Right. That'll do for the moment for those colours. I'll just go for the ones with the glitter on them. I dropped one. There we go. Isn't it a great deal of room sometimes? This chair needs changing, it's not really big enough. Let's sing something else. Yeah, I'm going to sing. Let's sing something. Just a second, guys. Back with you in a second. No, it's not there, is it? No, of course, it's going to be elsewhere. Of course, I know where it is. Can't get a moment. This is something that I coloured in before and get that from the works. The other thing I just thought about, I'll have to get later, is it involves going in a different room and moving and emptying boxes. Unless I can remember the songs off the top of my head. So I was just thinking, because I'm always singing, as I can't help myself, maybe it would be a good idea to sing the old songs that I learnt, some of the songs from the shows I did while I was with youth theatre when I was a teenager. So I was just going to pick up a couple of the scripts but that I've still got at home, and maybe some other stuff that I've got, but at the moment it's in the bedroom, it's in the cupboard, in a box, so I can't do it at the moment, but maybe for next time. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe singing some show tunes and stuff, since I keep singing anyways. Start off singing one song and merge into another. Don't know why I do that sometimes, but I do. Let me see. Oh, I know one that I love. Nobody can do it like a steam train. Ooh, ooh. Once upon a time there was a dream train. I'll know him when I see him, and long before I see him, I will hear the far-off signal. I will hear the distant call. And I'm too high. And then he'll whistle at me. He'll send a note to woo me. He'll whistle at me. I'm gonna sing it all wrong anyways. Back to front and everything, because I always do, but that's okay. Someday soon he'll whistle at me. That's how I'll recognize him. And maybe I will whistle at him. That should surprise him. Don't give me incessant humming, horns and bells and distant drumming. I want steam that's under pressure as it rises to a scream. Somebody whistle at me. I'm on anticipation. Need someone to whistle at me. I'm waiting at the station. Someone whistle at me. Do 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 do. And then I've just started a different song. That's okay. Oh, whatever. Hello, socks. Hello, socks. There we go. David, just a moment, folks. I'll be back in 1 second. I have no. Thank you. Now please disappear. doing it to me as well. Right, I was going to do something. Oh, that's it. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get a drink of water. Oh, friend down there with his dinner. And dog.
Yeah.
Someone put in a porn link that looked like they've been doing with White Tiger.
No, I deleted it.
I think it was you.
Also, I hidden it and then I blocked.
Yes, well, I've also reported it, Ashley. No, don't want to sing that. Do the boys rock behind? Nah, that's a bit. Hi, Mrs. VSN. How you doing, hon? These. I'm gonna try and make a bit of a snow globe with this. Like, that's what I'm thinking. So this is my jar, and then I've got 3 bases. So I'm gonna see if I can make a snow globe, possibly, or a display of some sort for around next year. You know, might put them in the window or something next year if I'm feeling more seasonal at the time, I should say. But it's just really, I'm just really like messing about a little bit. There's no end goal, as it were. Just something to keep my mind occupied and something to do, and I thought I might as well share it with you guys as well. And I appreciate you all being here. I'm still not 100% certain what I want YouTube to be for me. So I'm just really like experimenting with it, doing different stuff until I find what I really enjoy and what I'm passionate about. I mean, I enjoy doing crafts, but I don't want to do them constantly. That's the kind of person I am, though. I don't like to do everything constantly. You know, I need to take breaks from it and stuff. I also get a bit bored. Like I've got I always need to do something to keep my mind active, but I don't like to be doing it for too long, because after so long I do get bored a little bit, or I get distracted. I'll do something else. It's like I've got what am I doing at the moment? I'm doing this. I've got a jigsaw that I brought with some of the Christmas money off Mum and Dad. I have I have been knitting some more of these, but black, and so they'll be proper penguins. At the moment I need to do the hats, I think, for them, and then the beaks and feet and stuff, but at the moment I just haven't been bothered over Christmas. I've just kind of left them. I do a group on a Tuesday morning, or I will be doing a group again on a Tuesday morning. Just it gets me out of the flat for a few hours, and we generally do something crafty. Yes, I'm thinking about that as well, Ashley. I'm just deciding as to what to do and when. I am planning to do it will be a 90-minute video showing you what I've done for my first skill test at college, but I'm not going to do it until I've actually redone that skill test at college and passed, because due to a technicality I didn't actually pass it the first time. I thought I had, and then I've actually been told I haven't, so I've got to redo it. So I'll wait until I've passed it officially, and then I'll buy the ingredients in and I'll record it for YouTube. I'll do it live, and that'll be at least a 90-minute video, because I will do it with the timings from doing my test, my skill test, which means I have exactly 90 minutes from start to finish to cook and then present the dish. And so I shall do that at some point, and I may well do make and cook other things as well. We've been making a lemon tart. I'm not sure if that's part of the next assessment or what precisely. But we've done a couple of lemon tarts and cheesecakes and stuff. We're learning different skills. So when I find out what the next skill test is, then again I may, after I've finished it and I've passed, I will probably get what I need, if I can get all of the ingredients, and do that skill test to camera as well. as it were. And if I think of other stuff that I want to cook or make, such as maybe doing the sponge cakes, the lemon drizzle, or the chocolate orange drizzle cake that I make for David every so often, and my mum and dad. Maybe other cakes and stuff. Just depends on how I feel and how confident I am with it and stuff. I need to really give the kitchen a good clean and tidy before I do the videos though, so it may take a little while. And I did give it a good tidy for Christmas, but I could do with doing a bit more. And then I've got to experiment as to where is best angle for the camera. And stuff like that. But yes, I will most definitely be doing some sort of cooking videos or blogs or chat lives at some point. You too, what, Ashley? I mean, college is a learning curve for me, gaining skills as I haven't got any currently in confectionery, and I'm really enjoying the course so far. I think I'm going to do a theory test at some point over the next month, but I don't know when yet. They'll tell us there. They'll tell us on Wednesday when we go back, most likely. Yeah. It's one of those things that you don't think to do very often, or that you don't perhaps do as well as you should every so often, at least at home. You know, I mean, in a professional setting, you've got to clean it every night, notice them, but at home, no, you don't do it all the while. At home, you're a little bit more untidy than you would be at work or in a professional environment, just because your standards don't need to be as high. I mean, I'm not saying that the kitchen is dirty, it's not, but it still needs a good clean and tidy. Everything in the flat needs a good clean and tidy eventually. Got too much stuff really. Could do with another room just to put it all in. But it's okay, I'm not planning to sell anything that I've made in the kitchen, food wise. I mean, I'm not planning to sell anything food wise, I should say. Not for a good while. I mean, I would like to do something with the catering for a business, and then obviously I'll include my crafts and stuff as well. But I'm not looking. Okay, see you later, John. Chat to you later, even. But I'm not looking to sell food from my own flat at the moment. I mean, one reason is the cat. I can't do it for health reasons because of the cat. Because obviously she's allowed everywhere. So for health reasons I can't do it because of her. And then I need certificates and insurance and all the rest of it. So I'm not planning to do it from home at the moment. The cooking side, I mean. As far as selling is concerned. But there's no reason why I can't do videos of the different foods that I make. Or lives and stuff. No reason why I can't do that. Like I said, I just need to tidy up a bit first. We are... News, what else is there? Oh yes. We will be, all being well, going to Blackpool the second weekend in February, possibly the third, but definitely one of them. Just need to wait a few more weeks, see what the government says, if there's any changes to the CD predicament in the UK. There's rumours about maybe bringing back some social distancing, maybe working, well, we're supposed to be working, some people are supposed to be working from home if they can. There's rumours flying around as to what they might do to try and slow things down without going into a full LD. Without going into a full-scale LD again. We've been promised that will not happen, but don't know. Different parts of the UK are doing different things. Scotland, I think, has shut some venues down again, and so has Wales. But England has not shut any venues down as of yet. However, we have got to wear masks again and so on and so forth. So it depends on what happens with that in regards to the theme park community. But we will definitely be going to Blackpool at some point this year, and hopefully in February as the first trip. And then we will most likely go again at some point in the summer. So at some point from May through to September perhaps, when it's warmer, and we will go to see what they've done to Valhalla. Because for the last 2 years Blackpool have been updating and redesigning Valhalla. Oh my word. Whoa, Ashley. Whoa. Yeah, I would say everything needs to go that's not in a tin, even. And you need to wash the outsides of your tins as well, because they can pee anywhere.
What?
What Ashley's put?
What?
There. That's not funny. Our
That's
cat has
bad.
caught two. Our cat has caught two. Not in the kitchen, but in the living room. So, you know, our cat is a good mouser or ratter. Have a look.
Damn, that's bad.
I would say, Ashley, have a look round the cupboards and stuff and see if you can find any holes. And if there are any holes, try and block them. Thank you, Mrs. VSN.
What? What he said?
Big as a squirrel, OMG.
Yeah, toss everything that is not in a can.
Yeah, I would definitely say have a good look. Round your walls and cupboards and anywhere that you don't use generally. And if there are any holes, get plaster. Get plaster, plaster or steam foam or something. And
High school bomb.
it's David playing around. He always does this. I don't really. I come in and talk to him, but I don't get in the camera or anything when he's doing his stuff.
Cause it's
And yet David does. David likes to get in with me if he can. Yeah, as I was saying, have a good look round. I would suggest you have a good look round, and any holes, just block them up.
Lock them up.
They reckon, I think I've heard some people say that it's more likely if you've got pets because you've got food out all the while, but I don't know for certain. I know that for our flat, with the exception of Socks catching two and bringing them to me, because she did, there's no evidence of them anywhere else. Yeah. I mean, the only hole that I ever found I got blocked up. I did find another hole in the back of the cupboard, in back of my wardrobe, which I've blocked. But there was no evidence of them in the flat apart from these two that the cat had caught. So that was lucky. It's quite possible, Ashley. I still swear as I can hear things moving in the wall cavities of the flat. Don't know if they're squirrels, mice, or birds even, or whatever, because we have got a few trees and grass and what have you around. So I can hear them in the ceiling and in the walls, but they're not in the flat, which is good. No evidence of them in the flat. No actual physical evidence. It's very hard to it's very hard. You just have to like check and do your best. There you go. need them again for when I do the other side of the houses. Mind you, they do say you're never far from certain animals. It's one of those things, unfortunately. Part of nature and everything. I think, so yeah, the first place we're going to go is Blackpool, all being well. And then if we can save again, in May, so it's going to Towers and possibly going to Drayton Manor when they open the new stuff that they're doing. Because those are our local parks. We will, I think possibly in May, we will look to go into London again. And in London, we will visit Chessington again. I'm okay with all the rides at Chessington, although I don't think I'll do Dragon's Fury. I don't feel like being sick. Well, feeling as if I'm going to be sick, I should say. I wasn't actually sick on the ride. Or after the ride. I just don't think I feel like being spun. And almost feeling as if I'm coming off the tracks. And so I might not do Dragon's Fury, but it'll depend on how I feel when we're there. We may very well go, probably will go to Thorpe Park again whilst we're in London. There's at least one coaster that David wasn't able to get on, plus a couple of flat rides that he didn't do whilst we was there last year. So we will do that. And we may do the London Eye again if the weather's nice. And possibly Legoland And I would really like to go and do the Water Brothers studio tour in London. Been looking at that and it's not actually as expensive as I thought it was. I mean, it's still pricey, but if we're in London anyways, you know, about 50 quid for the day isn't bad, because that's what you pay for most parks these days, near enough, on the actual day. So yeah, we may very well go and do that. May see what else we can do with our Merlin passes whilst we're in London, depending on how long we've got. When we went last year, we had 5-6 nights. We went Monday through to Saturday, so we had 5 or 6 nights. Yeah, 5 nights I think we had. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. 5 nights. Yeah, 5 nights was what we had in London. So yeah, we'll plan and figure out which ones we want to do in May, and then go from there. I mean, Chessington, Legoland and Thorpe, because we'll both have Merlin passes. You don't have to, Ashley. I really appreciate what you've done for me, but you really don't have to. I know I would never ask anything like that, but I really appreciate it, hon. I mean, Davy's going to be starting a new shift pattern on Wednesday at work, and that'll help us financially. And then David has applied for the M from YouTube, and when that comes through, that will really help, depending on how things go and stuff. But that will really help. All of that money will go into making content for David's channel, and I will film some things and put them on my channel. You know, I like to do not so much the rides, but the stuff that you can do without going on the rides, because I'm not that much of a thrill seeker compared to David. So I really like being able to go on. I enjoy going on ghost trains. I enjoy haunted houses, that kind of stuff. I will try and get on some more of the family coasters when we go to Blackpool, and at Paultons there are 3 more coasters that I've got to go on, or there will be by the time we get back, hopefully in September. Depending on how I feel, and if we go anywhere else, I will try and get You Love Trains. If I go anywhere else, I will try and get on the family coasters, but I'm not promising. I'm not going to worry about the thrill coasters. Can't do those. I give up on trying to do those. But I will try and go on the smaller ones if I can. I'll definitely go on some of the other rides, like water rides and ghost trains and madhouses and stuff. anything that doesn't really involve heights of any sort. So I won't be doing any drop towers or anything like that. But then I also enjoy showing what else you can do, such as at Drayton Manor you've got the zoo, you've got the Dino Trail, as well as the non-thrill rides in Thomasland and stuff. The family rides in Thomasland and what have you. And so I will film things that you can do without going on roller coasters all the while when we go to different places. You love trains, Ashley. We enjoy going on train rides, trains, coaches. Both are quite good in the public transport is really good in the UK for the most part. I would enjoy going to Wales again, maybe this year or next year. Again, depending. Go and stop at Havier Moor. Just outside of Pwllheli in Wales, in North Wales. And they've got lovely coastal scenery. So I may well record round there and do stuff around there. So I don't want, if I'm doing activities on my channel, if I'm doing activities on my channel, like going out for the day and stuff, I don't want it to be necessarily theme park based or thrill park thrill based, I should say. I want it based on stuff that you can do without a great deal of money as well. Once you've got to that area, like, you know, going to the beach, it doesn't have to cost you anything apart from food. Yeah, I think that seems to be no public transport, or very little public transport seems to be the way with America, from what I've seen on films and from what I've heard and stuff. I don't know how accurate. I mean, I presume that some towns have got the underground system, as we call it, or the tube, I think they call it in America. So trains in that respect, and maybe some buses. But from what I know of America, there doesn't seem to be a great deal of public transport, which is why you have cars and why 15-year-olds start learning to drive when they're about 15. It's even part of your actual school curriculum, isn't it? I believe, at least according to Clueless and stuff, it appears to be that they get taught it as part of the school education. In the UK, it's outside of school they get taught it. They don't get taught it as part of school. Can't even learn to drive till you're 16. Yeah, I'm sure it was featured in, yeah, Clueless and Buffy. I've seen them doing driving lessons at school. Subways and buses. Yeah, subway. Yeah, we tend to call that either the underground or tube. Although it's a funny thing, because in London, whilst it may be called the overground, the underground even. There are quite a few stations that are actually above ground and quite a few stops that are above ground. So it's one of those funny things with the UK. There's part of me that would like to learn to drive. I know it would be more convenient for going away, for going to parks and stuff. But at the same time, because the UK for the most part has a really good public transport system, I mean not everywhere, but most of it does. Most of it does. You don't, if you live in the right places, you don't actually need a car. Like we live in a small town, so living in a small town means that we have buses roughly, well, we have buses roughly every 5 minutes down the road. You know, it's a 5-minute walk around the corner, and we have a bus into the town centre, into Walsall town centre. In fact, we have 2 different buses. We have a Diamond and we have a West Midland bus. They both charge the same price. And then once in Walsall, in the town, we can catch buses to go to Birmingham, Cannock, Wolverhampton, Lichfield, Sutton Coldfield, and many places in between, and Bloxwich. Yes, driving is quite expensive. It would probably, with driving lessons and insurance and tax, we would probably pay twice what we pay at the moment on public transport when we go away over the course of a year. More than likely, anyways. Really couldn't part that. So yeah, we would more than likely pay twice, at least, what we pay at the moment for travel. The most, what was the most we paid for our trips last year? I think the most I've ever paid for a train journey, and this is to a return, is about £80. Because if you get the right trains from the right places, from the right stations, and all the rest of it, you don't really need to pay a great deal. I think Towers, going to Alton Towers costs about £30 for the 2 of us. No, £35 for the 2 of us, and that's a return for the day. And that is just the train. No, £40, sorry. So that is bus fare from Walsall to Wolverhampton and back. That's £4 at the moment for a day saver. So you can get on any West Midland bus and go anywhere within the West Midlands area for that price, and change as much as you like. And then from Wolverhampton, at the moment, because they cancelled the bus, it is a train through to Stafford. There are other ways to get to Stafford. We might be able to go via Birmingham if we really wanted to get to Stafford by bus. But the easiest way is to go via Wolverhampton and then the train, because it's only 1 to 2 stops from Wolverhampton on the train. And it means that we're not going to the left it means that we're not going south to go north or west to go east, that kind of thing. So one direction to come back on ourselves at the end. So yeah, the train is £10 roughly for a return. That is individually. And then if the bus is running from Stafford, it would be £12 for the bus, the special bus that runs from Stafford to Alton Towers. And that entitles, that again is a return journey, and you can either come back the same day with it, or if you're staying overnight in the area, you can come back the following day. So that's quite good, really, at no extra cost. So that is quite good. £12, really quite good. And the bus does get viewers, so I can see them doing it for quite a while, all being well. Or if the bus isn't running, either because it's low season or the government have done something most recently, then he's back again. Yay! He's got it sorted, Ashley. You've got it sorted. Yay! He's just got the message from him. He's got things sorted.
Is
Brilliant.
Mrs. Viersen in?
She was. Don't know if she still is.
Oh God.
So might do a little video about that a bit later, maybe. David is giddy and excited. I think he was holding his breath a bit. Yeah, he's got it, Ashley. He's got it. YouTube have done their work and sorted him out. And that'll be help. That'll be a great help.
That will be a massive help. Oh my God.
So it's more likely that we'll be able to go on more trips potentially this year around the UK. We are not going to look at the moment at European trips. Trips abroad. European trips or trips abroad this year, just because it is still very unreliable. I mean, seen evidence even of is it Germany and France have been tightening things and shutting things, and maybe even going into an LD again over the to try and stem the slowdown and what have you. So considering that one of the first places we would like to go is Efteling, which is in the Netherlands, we will wait at least until 2023. At which time I've got to get a new passport. But yes, we will wait. Weather the storm out, as it were. That needs to dry a bit more. Use a bit of this because that's not covering it as well. Yeah, it's been a bit of a ball ache at the moment. So yeah, we're going to stick to the UK at least for this year, definitely. Possibly next year we'll look at going abroad, and hopefully to Efteling, maybe some other places, but hopefully. Always better to be safe than sorry. It's not just when you go, it's when you come back as well. You now have to pay for CPR type test or something, some sort of test, and then you have to quarantine for so many days, and you have to test yourself every day now, I think for 7 days in the UK. It's all very crazy, and I would not like to be in a situation like some of our friends found themselves in, where you go to a country and then all of a sudden you're stuck there because something's happened. That would drive me insane, and I would be panicking. I would end up in hospital probably. Possibly. I would be so stressed. I mean, we went to Wales a few years ago, and we good.
YouTube partner.
Good.
Get started.
Good. Yeah, a couple of years ago, more than a few years ago, about 5 years ago, one of the first times as we went to Wales, might have been our second trip to Javier Moore. They put on a replacement rail bus service due to I think due to landslides in the area of where the train travelled between Harlech and Pwllheli. So anyways, we get to Harlech, and gets on the replacement coach. Fine. So going there was perfectly fine. Coming back, however, I need to put that down before I get white everywhere. Coming back, however, we'd only got the timetable, the train times on our tickets. So we got into Pwllheli, seen the coach driver, right, sits in the coaches, and then looked at our tickets and thought that our coach would be at 1 o'clock because that was the time it was meant to be. The train would have left Pwllheli. Instead, what we didn't know was that the coach was actually leaving half an hour or so earlier than that. Because travelling by coach is obviously a little bit slower than train, and the route they have to take and stuff to get to the different to get to the other stations on the way to Harlech. So we actually missed the coach by going and getting something to eat and then going back at what we thought was the right time, and that really panicked me. I was crying. I was really upset. I was scared I wouldn't get back to Warsaw. That we wouldn't get back to Warsaw, or that we'd have to pay extra for our tickets because the tickets were Time Pacific, I believe. And stuff, different things were going through my head, and I was panicking. I was phoning my mom. Yeah, just generally, you know, I wasn't too sure about stuff. But as it turned out, the next coach was at 3, and the driver pulled in a bit early. And we spoke to him and said what had happened and all the rest of it. And he said, it's fine, get on this one, you'll get on to the next train, you'll be perfectly fine. And as it happened, that was exactly what happened. We got on that coach and got to Harlech and got on the train, and it was perfectly fine. We had to change trains part way after. I think it was I can't remember the name of the station, but we had to change trains to continue our journey back to Wolverhampton, and everything was fine. They came round, looked at our tickets, but they didn't question that we were on a later train or anything like that. So we had absolutely no problems. But the fact that we had missed the train in the first place because of the coaches being at different times to what we thought really upset me and panicked me at the time. So I would absolutely hate to be in that situation and be abroad. I mean, at least in Wales, if the worst had have come to the worst and we couldn't have got back to Warsaw, we probably would have been able to have got yes, we probably would have got somewhere to sleep for the night, definitely. And then our mum and my mum or my dad or someone would have been able to have come and fetched us, you know. More than likely my mum or my dad would have been able to have driven to come and get us from Wales. You know, it would have taken them several hours, but they could have done it. Or we could have gotten, somehow we might have been able to have gotten a taxi or something stupid like that. You know? At least, or yeah, paying for another train. You know, pay extra for the train fare and getting another train. kind of thing. But if something like that happened in another country and we were trapped, that would, I would, no. No, no, I would not be happy about that. I would not be comfortable in that kind of situation at all. So I don't wish to go abroad until I know that things are stable, and that we are not likely to all of a sudden get a phone call or an email or even just a sign on the TV. You know, just notification through the internet or through the TV saying you need to leave now and it'll cost you X amount of money to get back because we're closing the borders. I'm just going to put that bear there to dry. I've painted both sides. Two hours. So yeah, that's the situation, is I would not really cope very well with. I need to plan as much as I can. I'm very much a planner when it comes to our travel arrangements. I note down exactly what times the trains are from A to B or A to Z or wherever we're going at every stage. If we're on Pacific times, then I note that down and I get a little bit panicky if we're going to be late. I mean, it might not be our fault as we're late, but I do get a little bit panicky about it. I always overestimate whenever I'm travelling somewhere, and so more than likely I will be early rather than late. I always give myself at least half an hour to an hour to get lost whenever I'm travelling somewhere. It's rare actually as I get lost because I've planned it so well, but I always give myself extra time just in case something goes wrong. And yeah, like I say, I don't want to go abroad until I know that things are safe and it's not likely to happen, kind of thing. And I know that things can still happen. You know, there could be an earthquake or something, you know, catastrophic, something that you can't plan for. But if you can plan out of it, I will do. If I can plan for it, I will before I go abroad. And then the other thing is, because I've never been abroad, I've never flown. So that will be interesting. I mean, we could get a train from London to Paris. Then there's the Eurostar that runs from London to Paris, so you can get a train. Go into the Netherlands, we'd have to stop off at Rotterdam and then get other trains. And going around new stations might be a little bit hectic for me, but you know, I'd plan it and stuff. But I've never flown, so that will be new and interesting if and when we go. I think the idea was last time we were going to fly into Amsterdam, and then from Amsterdam we were going to go to Ivanhoe because that's the closest airport to Efteling. But actually looking at it, we're better off just flying to Amsterdam and then getting a coach or a train from Amsterdam. Because actually that was what we had to do anyways. It was flight to Amsterdam and then a coach to the other airport, because the other airport was so close there was no point in going up in the air. So it was more like a transfer. But again, public transport in Europe should be, from what I know, I think the trains and buses are quite good in Europe. So they, so this should be quite reliable and stuff. And so we will plan which trains and buses to get from Amsterdam out to the park. For our first trip, I think we're going to stay on site when we go, maybe next year or year after. We will stay on site for our first trip. And then when we go again, but when we go again, because we probably will go again to Efteling, we will perhaps look at staying in a local B&B that isn't too far from the park, and possibly doing other things apart from just 3-4 days at Efteling, because there are other parks in the Netherlands, not necessarily in the same area, but there are other parks in the Netherlands and in and around that area. Or we might go on a bit of a coach/road trip and visit a couple of other places, kind of thing. Kind of like, maybe like backpacking but without a car. Yeah, we'd be reliant on public transport. We'll do this one. That's one scenery. So 2 polar bears and a couple of trees and a snowflake. It needs to be that way round. So then I would not exactly straight because of the tray, but then you would glue it into the jar, and there's your little scene. Well, if you ever could, Ashley, I would recommend coming to the UK, or we might just go up there, or definitely travel to other countries if you can. That one. That one won't fit. Or that one. That one fits nicely. That one fits very nicely in the jar. Hi, Jaden. They're not finished yet. They still need a bit more painting. But that is looking much better. It's looking much better. Right, they all need to dry, and I've had enough for the moment. So I think I'm going to come off now. I've been going for over 2 hours. Yes, I've been going for over 2 hours. So I'm going to come off. If I feel like doing a live or anything tomorrow or on Thursday, then I will do. Just depends on how I feel and what I feel like doing and everything. And I'm glad you've enjoyed it, Ashley. It just depends on how I feel and stuff. So I think that'll do for today. Right, so I will speak to you and show you more stuff when I'm back on, and I will chat to you later. So bye everyone now. Bye.